to see what is happening at the markets, and my colleague Effiong Ekop is standing by to join me to discuss the market. Effiong, the market is still in green. The likes of Jais Bank, Stanbic, John Holt on the gainers list for today. Take us through what is playing out at that space.
In fact, we even have bigger names than the ones that you've listed. Those ones that always make the company, the smaller ones, to follow the lines. The like of Seplat, MTN, Access Corporation, Zenith Bank, UBA, they have all come to the markets today, and they have lifted the market at a very high level. With index is closing 1.1% in the positive territory, and we've traded over 500 million units of shares, valued above 7 billion naira. And I was discussing with a stockbroker before this transmission, and he told me that for now they have seen that foreign capital, has started coming into the market, and they believe that it will continue. So the bullish trend has come to stay for the coming weeks. And so those who have taken positions long before now, they are really smiling to the banks because the bullish run is almost getting to 2 months now. They are making good money, and companies have largely recovered from the losses that they had recorded so many years ago. Remember, the stockbrokers have stayed for almost 4 years waiting for this particular occasion, and now they are making a kill on a lot of their investments. And so bullish run continues. The market is boosting itself. Tolu?
Mr. Jamiu Mohammed, who joins via Zoom to continue this discussion. If you can hold your thoughts, I'll be back. Mr. Jamiu, the market is really staying in green, and it seems like it's going to continue like this for some time. What are your thoughts around this?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here on the program, and I would like to thank Mr. Effiong for that wonderful analysis as regards to what happened in the market. As he rightly said, the market is on the bullish run, and we believe that the bullish run may likely continue. We have just seen that the market has registered all high index that we recorded about 66,000 points that we have never recorded before. So it's a record high that we have attained in recent times. So as he has rightly said, if you see the value traded today, you see with the value traded of started today is around 7 billion, and though is an encouraging one, but is one of these. Is a bit low to what you have been witnessing since the bullish run has started. And if we also look at what the volume traded and even the market breadth, you will realize that the market is a bit coming to normalize, to sustain that kind of a bullish run. I don't think that it will continue in a very high level that has been, that tempo that has been moving. But I believe that it's going to normalize at this period of time. As if we look at what the market breadth, what it did, you will realize that we have 30 gainers against 30 losers. So it's like it's balancing out. And if you look at what pushed the index to this level, you will realize that Seplat alone, which is one of the biggest stock in the market, gained about 10%. We saw gain in MTN too. You can see the big cap stock has gained. And if you look at, when you look at all these things, you realize that market is a bit, and if you look at the value traded today, we have about 7.4 traded. And out of this 7.4, about 4 stock constitutes about 57% of the value traded in the market today. Take, for example, Gitco traded about 1.7 billion. We have Zenith traded 1.2 billion. We have MTN traded about 712 million naira, and we have UBA traded about 640 million naira. If you total these 4 stocks, you realize that they constitute about 57% of total activity in the market as regards to value. So as I've said earlier, the bullish run is what we believe is going to continue, but the tempo is going to be a bit slow for now. You see, if you look at, for example, the value we traded about 7 billion, which is about something lowest in the recent time. And if you see the number of stocks that gain and lose, they are about 30-30. So it's just because the way our ASI is structured to be value weighted index, when you see big cap gaining, you realize that the ASI move faster into that region or into the green region as we have it today.
Interesting stuff, Mr. Jamiu. Mohammed, thank you so much for your time. Your contribution on the program is highly appreciated.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Effiong, what more do we need to know? The big stocks pushing the market. The likes of Seplat, they're playing big in the oil and gas space. Tell us more about that.
Tolu, attention went greatly to the banking subsectors. You would say that it was a day for the banks. You know, they took turn. So many of the big ones came onto the floor. And something happened from the banking subsector. Access Corporation itself was testing its ability, you know, to dominate African banking system. You know, in recent time, we had information that the Access had been able to move in and acquire majority shares in a commercial bank in faraway Angola. That's the company, I think, Finibanco SA. And coming back here, you see, their investors, they appear to be interested in that particular expansive move. And so majority of the shareholders, they move straight for the shares of Access. Access sold so much, and the price, you know, getting up. So apart from the banks, you talk about the telecom company, MTN, a dominant one in that sector now, then Seplat from the oil and gas. So in general, on the average, you will say that the gains that we've seen cut across different subsectors, especially the big ones, and they pull the weight. So the bullish run is really a stabilized format that we have seen. So the engine of the market will continue to move in this average direction. All that we now need is to be able to handle the larger economy and solve whatever problems that there is which may deflate this growth that we are seeing currently. Tolu?
Interesting stuff. Thank you so much, Effiong, for your analysis as usual.
It's a pleasure.